I was acting. Or was I? You know you're on my mind. And when the seasons change, you begin to wonder why you came. Where did I go wrong? Just lately it's been hard.
Hey, Torch.
Hey, Lisa.
You miss me?
Not much.
I didn't think anyone noticed me.
I just keep thinking about what Michael said. This is probably very bad for my mental health. I don't think my mum likes me very much. That doesn't really matter, because I don't really like her either.
To make this just to feel like I'm not the only one who's thinking about this. So, ever since I turned 13 on November, there might be some change about my parents. How they, how do I say this? How they act in front of me since I turned 13. Because, you know, you're an official teen. So, anyways, since I turned 13 last month, I've been a little slow because of my phone. I've been a little dumb. I've been a little... Kinda make me shake every time. Especially my dad though. But listen, my dad is not abusing, okay? Just asking dumb question. So the other day, or I should say yesterday, my dad and I went to grocery with my little sister and my cousin after school. And he asked me to get the red noodles. And remember I said I was kind of blind, so instead of the red noodles, I passed by the red noodles and get the green noodles. And I said, Dad, there's no more red noodles. And he saw me disappointed and get the red noodles. And whenever my dad is disappointed or anything, he gives me this disappointed look, which always trigger me. I mean, sure, I can say sorry, but that was the third time I think I always say sorry to him, and he always gets tired, like saying like, you're sorry, you're always sorry. You never even put it in your head. That's what he always says. And I get triggered every time. You know, thinking about it, I think I'm a people pleaser. Maybe. Or maybe just for my dad. Because to other people, no. Sorry if this doesn't make sense, but this is just a vent video. And when I say trigger, it kind of makes me tear up because I feel like I'm a dum-dum. And also, one time, when my dad and my cousin were talking about their boy stuff or just their stuff. And of course, I was minding my own business, not paying attention what they were really saying, until I said, I heard the word, we're going to sell the dog. But what he really said was, we're not selling the dog. But what I heard was, we're selling the dog. And I got the dog yesterday, so I didn't hear very well. And I said this in shock. We're going to sell the dog? But I got her yesterday. Then Dad gave me another disappointed look and say, we're not going to sell the dog. We're keeping the dog. You dumb ass. Maybe in my country, that's what it meant. But you dumb. Just say dumb. But what he really said, we're not going to sell the dog. Have you not been paying attention? And he was like furious because I've been doing that attitude since the whole day. And it kind of triggered me every time when he gives me that disappointed look. And after my dad was mad at me, my cousin and him starting to compare how I acted today, how dumb I was, and everything. I tried my best to not tear up because, of course, I'm in public. And that was it. The story was that for the whole day after school. And that's it. That's the story. Just in one day. That's how slow I am, or loading. That's what they call. I'm sorry if my story doesn't make sense. Sense. Ugh. I'm sorry if my story doesn't make sense. Sense. You get it, okay? You get it. I'm sorry if my story doesn't make, you get it. But I just want to vent. That's all. Thank you.
Let's hear what you got.
All right. Well, these little...
Wrap it up.
Walked out of a shift at work today for the first time ever in my life. For some context, we got a new general manager about 6-7 months ago. Right? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. And she's not great. No one liked her. We've lost 90% of our staff because they don't like her, It's a problem. Anyway, so I wore a pair of shorts to work today because our store, the air is not properly controlled and it gets hot. It gets sweltering hot in that store. And I'm on top of that, I'm running around all day. I'm gonna sweat my ass off if I don't wear something breathable. So I wear these shorts to work quite often. These are said shorts. Not provocative, just fucking shorts. Anyway, so I come into work and I go to the back and I'm like, hey, do you want me to work on these shipments? And she's like, you have to go home and change. I'm like, what? Come again? What? She's like, you have to go home and change. The shorts are way too short. I was like, you mean the shorts that I wear all the fucking time and I've never had an issue with? She's like, yeah, they're way too short. They have to be 1 inch above the knee. I'm like, okay. I don't own shorts like that. I've never had a problem before. And she's like, oh, I didn't make you wear the shorts, but they're against dress code. And I'm like, okay. So she's like, you have to go home and change. And I said, okay, if I have to leave the store for a 5-hour shift to come back with different pants, I'm not coming back for my shift today. And she was like, I mean, I didn't make you wear the shorts. I was like, I understand you didn't make me fucking wear the shorts. But you don't need to be sending me home for them because I'm still going to do my fucking job the way that I do it every day. And she was like, well, I was like, okay, so I'm going to go clock out and go home. And she was like, okay, I'll put points on your record. I was like, okay, fucking bye. I don't give a fuck. I'm putting my 2 weeks on Friday and I was planning on that anyway. So that really just did not help. And now I'm going to give her an angrier 2 weeks notice letter. Like, shorts don't affect a job. I've worn these 1,000 times around her. She's never said anything. She even was like, I was going to say something to you yesterday because I wore them yesterday. And she was like, or I was like, okay, why didn't you? Because you saw me for plenty of time. I don't get it. I've worn those for 2 years and it's never been an issue. I had a t-shirt on, I had a vest. I don't get it. I'm not in fucking high school. I'm 23 years old. I know how to dress for my job if I've been doing it for 3 years. So she put me as a no call, no show, even though I'm clocked in for 20 minutes. So.
I feel like my grandma's husband tried to unalive her. He's nowhere to be found. She had some strokes randomly. He is a nurse or a nurse's assistant. And when she had her strokes and wasn't feeling good, him and his nurse friend decided to walk her around a fucking lake. They were like, oh, you're not feeling good? You're having some strokes maybe? Some stroke symptoms? Let's walk around a lake. They walked her around a lake, bitch. After that, she got landed in the nursing home. She wasn't doing too well. They put her on some medicine. She did a little bit better. He was still visiting her and stuff. And then she ended up having another stroke. I don't know. It's like it's giving very fishy vibes because after that stroke, he disappeared. We have not heard from him. He does not contact my grandma. He does not ask how she's doing, but he collects her money, bitch. He collects her fucking money. He collects her money, but does not see her. He does not visit her. He does not go there. The nurses do not see him. They have reported nothing of him. I cannot get my grandma moved out of that nursing home, located somewhere closer to me and family where we can visit her because of him. How is this legal? How is this fucking legal? It's annoying as fuck. I wish I had money for a lawyer because she should be able to be located in a nursing home near me where she can be visited, have people around her that she loves. She should be surrounded by people that she loves. How is it okay that this man gets to collect her social security checks and take her money but never visit her? How is that okay? No person with some medical background, because I know damn well when my mom had strokes, I sent her to the hospital. Nobody with a medical background watches somebody have a stroke and takes them for a fucking walk around a lake and then puts them in a nursing home and never visits them. It's ridiculous that I cannot have my grandma near me, and I'm just devastated by it. It's so frustrating. I cannot believe it. You know, why is this okay? Why does he get to do this? Why? He blocked us. We have no contact with him. But he collects her checks and he never visits her. She's been alone for 2 years. I don't know. It's irritating though.
I can't. Ah! I'm so upset about it. Okay, I'm going to class. I'm walking to class. It's freezing. There's literally like a freeze warning, right? I don't notice anything odd on my way to class. I'm walking back from class and I feel something cold. So I get to my car and there's a mother freaking hole on my butt! Do you know how many people I walked in front of? Not even just like a cute little thing. No, it's... Like, she is right there. She is not hiding. Don't... Now I need new pants. I really liked these. What am I supposed to do now? Ah!
You say that you love me, I just wish you came through. I don't want you for.
Can I rant really quick? I've been in this industry, social media industry, for some years now. I've met a lot of people in the industry, and I've met a lot of social climbers. And this was interesting because I was at a party, and I don't know, this person's like name came up, and the circle of friends that I was talking to, we all had a negative experience with this person. When I say social climbing, by the way, I'm not talking about like networking. And I know people feel weird about networking, but I do think it's like a necessary and common practice for any industry. And I think the idea of networking, right, is like you're expanding outwards. You're just trying to meet as many people as possible, sort of build positive relationships with as many people as possible. And you would hope that like the reason you're pursuing these kinds of relationships is not just because this person is someone you respect, but also because you genuinely get along with that person. That's the hope, right? Social climbing, to me, like the difference is the vertical aspect of it. So networking is like expanding outwards. Social climbing is like moving upwards and kind of like using people as stepping stones. So you befriend someone, you get into their network, and you pick the person in their network that you think is the most advantageous friend to have, kind of like cling on to them, and then just like do the same thing until you get to a point where you're, I guess, satisfied with where your career is. These friendships also are super like superficial because people who social climb don't care to maintain the friendships that they have with people they initially climbed over. If anything, they tend to burn those bridges. And that's where I get confused on why anyone would want to do this to begin with. Like, why would anyone want to social climb? Like, I feel like it's bad business to, you know, be putting yourself in a position where people end up talking shit about you because of the way that you treat them. Obviously, like, you know, good manners, good etiquette, right? Like, those are sort of like the bare minimum standards for why you shouldn't use people. But just even from like the most like myopic, like egotistical point of view, it's like, why would you want any enemies?
because we're all kind of young. Like, you don't know where someone's going to be in like 10, 20, 30 years. Like, maybe you'll be working for them, or like maybe they'll be in a position where you really need their help with something. And then they're like, well, you treated me like shit like 20 years ago. So.
Fucking there.
I can't help but repeat myself. I know it's not your fault. Still lately I begin to shake for no reason at all.
Like sometimes I have this tiny voice in the back of my head that goes like, hey, everyone hates you, and they're not wrong to feel that way.
I know what you mean.
That voice.
Tell your baby that I'm your baby.
In another life, maybe it was you and me. Maybe there we loved each other right. Maybe in that life we did all the things.
It's like trying to start a fire with matches in the snow, where you can't seem to hold me, can't seem to let me go.
The monster's gone, he's on the run, and your daddy's here.